If you don't know, a bit ago I made a Dive Death review, and I said it was the best ASIM ever. I still stand by that. I still think out of every ASIM, it's still the best. Just finding unique killers that are just somewhat well balanced. It has a retro style, but it does it better than most games, and it makes sense for there to be a bunch of reference skins, and the chase themes not necessarily chase themes, because this game isn't really trying to go for a scary vibe, I don't think. Maybe that could change, but either way, the big update's taken a while, and people have been getting very annoyed with the maps, and I brought up in my review that I like the maps, but I've realized that these maps are awful. Well, not all of them, and I don't think they're as bad as people say, but I think that these maps do need changes, because holy cow, they're not good. And I would bring up glass houses, because I would stand by that. I feel like I was a bit harsh on it, and I kind of do like it, but it's getting removed. All the Forsaken stuff is getting removed. I hope at least Cementful gets like some new like custom stuff to where it's not related with Forsaken, because Cementful I think should stay, because well, it's not Forsaken, it's therefore lived in cement. But yeah, now in the big update that's taking too long, holy cow, I'm hoping that the maps will be fixed. And yeah, I have my doubts, and I will say this. I do kind of agree when people say that Die of Death has the worst maps. Okay, well, I think that more goes to Pellet Chase 2, at least in Recode. I've barely played Recode, but I do think that Die of Death does have probably some of the worst maps. And, like, so, I like all the Die of Death maps. There's never really been a map in any ASIM besides Palm by Fort. Actually, no. Yeah, there are maps that I generally do think are bad, but I think I like all the maps based on game. I wouldn't say there's one map that I hate. Well, besides Mystic Cave. I hate Mystic Cave. And the new Green Hill Zone. I get that the old Green Hill Zone was kind of boring, but I think it's good if it was boring, because like it's a simple map, because like it's like the first stage. That was just me. I hate the new Green Hill. Those two maps suck. I hate them. Exit Castle's the best map in any ASIM, and I stand by that. But Only Death does have bad maps, and the worst one I would say is probably the temple, because it goes from a circle with a little thing, with two little side things, like, count of three, and then this big ball rolls and destroys the bridges, and then it just becomes a curved line and you basically run, loot the killer, run until you can get by them, run, and Artful thrives on this map. This is probably one of the best Artful and Badware maps. Because, well, mainly Artful, because there are a lot of good places after the whole thing gets cut off, to where he can place, like, his music box and his walls. So yeah, I'd say it's a good Artful map. And every other killer, I would say there's no real bad map for any killer. Yeah, there are some terrible maps for Artful, like Glass Houses, but I would say you could still do well, and Artful is just bad in general. Like, I mean, I don't think Artful's terrible, but Artful's definitely the worst killer. I generally realize that more and more, because I underestimated Killjoy. And yeah, it's been a bit since I played Dive Death, but the maps are terrible, and I have heard that the tweaks make the maps a bit better, but I genuinely hope this big update that's taking too long fixes my problems with these maps, because, well, it's main thing of area gets cut off and then it just becomes a line, or it's just that way from the start, and you're just meant to run, loot the killer to go buy them, and then just do them. And it's not real fun. I don't like looping, Yeah, I do it occasionally to just like survive, but like I hate when people just use that as their entire strategy because, well, you're just a boring person. He's like, yeah, looping a bit, like, but like I think that stamina managing is way more fun, or just using your abilities. Because, well, I still have nightmares to when I was playing Slasher and I got loot for the entire game by his stupid shitlettes. I hate looping. I'm gonna do a full video on why I just think it's so boring and why I don't like it. But it feels like a lot of these Dive Death maps, I don't know why, but they feel like they were just meant for looping. And I'm like, yeah, you can still, like, yeah, use your abilities, because Dive Death does have a pretty fun Survivor gameplay. But I don't know, when I'm getting looped as killer, because every killer has a anti-loop. Pursuer has his roar, or how, whatever it's called, that slows down any survivors. Badware can place down a computer. Artful can place down a music box if he is able to. Honestly, I have an idea for Artful to wear. And I saw it. But, Harkin has her enraged mode that she can go into, where she becomes faster, but she has less stamina. And she has her immolate. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it can go through walls. And if she like hits you with like her, if she like gets you on like her chain, I forgot what the ability's called. But she gets a speed boost, and yeah. So and then Killjoy can place a deploy, use splash damage, and or just fly over the wall entirely. And yeah, the killers do seem like they are built for this. But if you have a survivor that's not doing, it's kind of boring just how many loops there are on maps, because like there are so many of them. And yeah, Dead by Daylight is just loops, but I feel like that game is like, I'm gonna play Dead by Daylight someday. And if I like it, I may do content. Maybe I'll do like a little like exception for videos when it comes to Dead by Daylight. Yeah, but these maps are terrible. And you can get like, ooh, looping is a strategy, but it's not fun. I don't want to play Ring Around the Rosie, but I'll save all that. Basically, what I'm saying is, I hope these maps get fixed, but the way they are right now, they're probably the weakest part about Dive Death maps, because, yeah, I like them all, but I have to admit that these maps are not good. Now, I don't think they're as bad as the cave from Out the Memories. What was it called? I forgot the name, but it's a stupid cave map, and it's annoying, and I hate it. It's huge. I can never find a survivor when I'm killer, but as soon as I'm survivor, these killers will find me in an instant. I can't find my teammates because they're off doing something else, and then I die. Well, I die instantly if I'm mental, or if I just get down. If I'm survivor, it's gonna pick me up. But then the killer just was like, hey, I'm gonna go kill that guy, which yeah. And it's not like, before I end this video, one more reason why I hate looping. I'm gonna do a video on it, but it's just targeting. People say it's annoying, and yeah, it can be annoying, but at least you're in chase. It's fun when you're looping, you're just playing Ring Around the Rosie. It's not fun for the survivor, it's not fun for the killer. Yeah, now, bye. I hope to see you guys next time.